Okay, this is lesson 94, and it is using estimation when dividing by two-digit numbers. So, we did it in lesson 92, and they used a first-digit trick. So let's review that real quick. We're saying 59 divided by 19. So how many little chunks of 19 can we get out of 59? So they're saying, okay, let's estimate a little bit. And they're saying, first digit, 1. How many times does it go into 5? 5 times. Uh-oh. That's too big. Okay. So we kind of know that wasn't going to work because 19 is a lot closer to 20 than it is to 10. So we're going to change it a little bit. So instead of saying 19 goes into 59, in our minds, we're going to say 20 goes into 60, right? We know it goes 3 times, so let's try that. 3 times 2 is 6, okay. So 3 times 9 is 27, carry the 2, 57, bring down. So we get 3 remainder 2. Okay, so that's easy. Do the same process here. And I think that's a really good explanation. So what I want to do now is we're going to take lesson practice A, and I'll do that one with you since it's not written down in your book, okay? But I want to show you a couple of tricks first. Okay. First thing is when we divide, I like to think about the steps of division. Divide, multiply, subtract, check. That's an important one. Bring down. Okay. Remember, it does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? Divide, multiply, subtract, check, and bring down. So I'm going to leave that up there so we can see that. Like that. Okay. I have notebook paper, which I had to go dig around and find in my house. And I turn it sideways so I can keep all my columns lined up. That's like the key to life when you're dividing, is keeping your columns lined up. So our problem is 792 divided by 19. Okay. I have no idea how many times 19 goes into 79. Do you? I do not. So I'm going to round that to 20 in my mind. I'm going to round, will 19 go into 7? No, I'm going to put a little X there. I'm going to round that 79 into 80. So I'm trying to guess what the first digit of my quotient is going to be. So 20 will go into 84 times. So I may have to change things. Do you notice how I put it right above the second digit? So this little piece right here is what I'm working on right now. So I want to make sure I keep my quotient lined up with the last digit of whatever I'm working with. So essentially what I'm saying is 19 will go into 790 40 times. You don't have to worry about that. Keep it lined up, okay? So 4 times 9 is 36. Carry the 3. 4 times 1 is 4. 7. Okay. So I'm going to subtract there. Can y'all do that division that way and multiplication that way? You can do it over here too. Oops. 19 times 4. I can do it that way just as well. And I'm still going to get my 76 if you don't take little shortcuts like I do. So let's go over the steps. First, I divided. I said, how many times does 19 go into 79? 4 times. Step 1. Then I'm going to multiply. 4 times 19, and I get 76. That's my step 2. Step 3 is subtract. So let's go ahead and subtract. And I get 3. I'm going to check and make sure that 3 is less than 19. Because if it isn't, then that number there is wrong. I have to try again, okay? If that 3 is bigger than 19, that means I have to change this. So I've checked. It is less, so I can go ahead and bring down. Okay, cool. I'm going to start my process again. I'm going to divide. 19 goes into 32 how many times? I don't know. How many times does 20 go into 32? Oh, one time. So I'm going to go ahead and put my 1 there. And instead of multiplying by 20, I'm going to multiply by 19. That was just to imagine what this number might be. So I'm going to multiply. That's my next step. I'm going to go ahead and subtract, my third step. I get 13. Then I'm going to check, is 13 less than 19? Yes. I don't have anything left to bring down. So my remainder is 13. My answer is 41 and 13/19. If you want to leave the R, I don't know how Mrs. Snyder has told you to do it, but you can do it that way. Pretty easy. It's just a matter of trial and error. If you mess up, start over again. See how I kept everything lined up, even with my messy handwriting? So that's important. Okay, let's try another one. I'm going to leave my thing up there. And I'm going to try 1728 divided by 16. Okay. Do I have to estimate this? I know 16 won't go into 1. Put a little X there. Will 16 go into 17? Oh, good. Yes, 1 time. So I'm going to put my 1 right above the end of whatever number I'm working with. I'm going to check. Yep, it's less than 16, so I can bring down. Okay, so now I'm going to divide again. I'm going to go back. How many times will 16 go into 12? It won't. Uh-oh, what do I do now? I cannot bring down again. I just say it will go in 0 times. So 0 times 16 is 0. I'm going to subtract. Is 12 less than 16? Yes. So I can bring down. Okay. This one is kind of hard, isn't it? I'm going to have to think about it just a minute. I could round that to 20, and I can round that to 130. I think, because that's not very close to 20, I'm going to try, so let's see, 20 will go into 120. How many times? 6 times. Because that's a little bit lower, and that's a little closer to 130. Let's try 7 times. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to say 16 times 7. It may be wrong, but let's try it. Okay, 112. Well, I'm trying to see how many 16s go into 128. Think I can get closer? Let's try 16 times 8. Hey, look at that, 128. So I know 8 goes there, 128 goes there. So I've got my answer. Remember, if you find that you can't, your divisor won't go into your number here, you have to put that 0. Don't forget those zeros in the quotient. That's important. Just keep practicing. Division sometimes is trial and error. Do your best. Remember, does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? Divide, multiply, subtract, check, bring down. Okay, good luck.